Today we're here to stake out a warren. Basically we're going to sit and wait for rabbits to come out. Behind me you'll see up the hedge line. Over the winter I've shot 50 rabbits just on this hedge line alone, in a combination of staking out in the afternoon and driving around at night. The advantage of staking out a warren is that you are directly reducing the population in one area. So for example, I could sit here for an hour and a half on a winter's afternoon and shoot about 12 to 15 rabbits. So that's 12 to 15 rabbits that are not going to be coming out of this warren anymore. Whereas driving around at night, I could drive up here, see about 15 or 20 and only shoot 2 or 3 and the rest of them run away. So the farmer sees a noticeable reduction in the population in this area, which is highly problematic to him. So we come back today and we're going to stake this warren out as we go into the evening, and as you can see behind me, the spring crops have started to come up, so hopefully it's going to be tastier to the rabbits than the grass on the other side of the hedgerow that we can't shoot on. Before this we're going to have a little target practice at some tin cans, and I've also got some new ammunition for the HMR 17, which is a hollow point rather than the polymer tipped. So we're going to fire those at both types of ammunition at 3 15mm pieces of plywood and see how they perform. The guns we've got today are the 22 subsonic, firing a 40 grain bullet at just over 1,000 feet per second. Very good little caliber, very quiet and very good knockdown power. And the other gun we've got is the HMR 17, firing a 17 grain bullet at just over 2,500 feet per second. More knockdown power than the 22 subsonic, but then it should be because it's twice the power, and it's also firing a very light bullet at very high velocity that then disintegrates pretty well or mangles up a lot more than the 22 does on impact. Both guns, both rifles, are via our HW60Js. I just loved the first one I bought so much that I bought the 22 in exactly the same gun. The great advantage, the great things I like about them are they've got very short barrels, as you can see, so they're very manoeuvrable within a vehicle, which I do a lot of night shooting out of my Land Rover. And the other thing is they have superb 2-stage triggers, absolutely brilliant triggers. So let's get on with some target shooting. Okay, first tin, 50 yards with the HMR 17.
Good shot. Scared me, it made me jump.
Thank goodness for that. It was a hit. Now, 65 yards.
It's a miss.
Damn.
Oh, there we go.
That was a resounding hit. Now for the 80-yarder. Oh, just missed again. Damn. And again, I hate to say it, I have 2 more shots, and I know Simon's feeling particularly smug at the moment, so If I can't get it in 2 more shots, he can have a go. They're very close.
Ah, there we are.
Got it. Thank goodness for that. Now for the 2-2 at 50 yards. It's a bit high.
Oh, there we are. We had the badong.
That was a hit. Now for the 65-yard shot.
Ooh.
And that was a hit. Now for the 80.
Now I wonder if he'll be lucky and get this on the first shot. I don't think so though. Ooh, close one.
Oh, just to the right.
Oh, there we are. Lovely shot, dead on.
Got it with the second shot. Thank goodness for that. The 2 tin cans at 50 yards, basically no difference at all. The 2-2 and the HMR 17 have both gone straight through. The only slight difference is the 2-2 has produced a nice round hole and the HMR 17 has produced a slightly square hole, and that is the only difference we can see between the two. But some good news was when I was doing the shooting, was a number of times I thought I'd missed the targets, missed the tin cans, but actually I hadn't. So I'm really chuffed to bits with this. I thought I'd missed once with the HMR. This is at 65 yards, but look at that, there's 2 holes. So yeah, basically it went straight through without knocking the tin can.
Yeah.
All I saw was the dust behind.
Yeah, me too.
But the funny thing is that when I was doing the shooting, I've clearly said that went high, that went to the right. So it just goes to show how you can fool yourself in the other direction. But actually I genuinely thought it had gone to the right, but I was just, because I didn't see the tin can fly,
No.
I thought I'd missed it, so I was just going by the dust that was clearly being kicked up behind it.
Yeah.
And then it gets even better. At the 80 yards, I can't remember how many goes I had at the 2-2.
I can't remember.
No, I really can't. I thought it was only 2.
I think it's only 2.
So here we can see a difference now coming up. So we've got 1 hole in the middle, and then this belting great hole. There's a 40 grain lump of lead.
Yeah.
Hits it at about, I don't know, 600-700 feet per second, maybe 800 feet per second. There's also a bit of shrapnel, some sort of, I think maybe the bullet's broken up. I just don't know what that is,
No.
but there's definitely another hole. But look at that!
I know.
3 goes with the HMR and there's 3 neat little holes. So that shows also, little tiny 17 grain bullet travelling at probably still 2,000 something feet per second just went clean through it and didn't even move the tin can. For me, you know, I was on 8 times magnification. I did not see it move.
No. I was zoomed up on it as well.
Yeah, and it just didn't flinch.
Nope.
It was obviously maybe that last one where it has then done that afterwards.
Yeah.
It was what made it fly with the final shot.
Must be.
But anyway, who cares about that?
Yeah.
I didn't miss. That's all I care about. So yeah, a little bit conclusive, but a baked bean vest will not save you from either calibre.
Nope.
Basically.
No.
Now here we are, we've got 3 50mm plywood boards bolted together, so 45mm overall. We're doing the same as we did with the target shoot. We're doing the HMR with the polymer tips on the top right, the HMR with the hollow point on the bottom right, and the 2-2 on the top left. So we're going to do HMR polymer tips obviously first again. Do not know where that went. Apologies for the helicopter. So the 2-2 at the top left. Now.
So on to the 3 pieces of 15mm plywood screwed together with a screw top and bottom. Let's unveil the... Oh, actually, let's just show the initial immediate results.
Yeah.
So the HMR polymer tip, slightly low.
Yeah.
The HMR hollow point, nearly bang on.
Yeah.
Quite pleased with that. And the 2-2. So just slightly to the right.
Yeah.
And then if we turn it around, so there's the HMR polymer tip, and there, terrifyingly enough, is the hollow point.
Yeah. It's
So
crazy.
a dramatic difference between those two, and no sign of the 2-2. This is just paint here. It's a bit of paint on the plywood, so it's got nothing to do with the bullets whatsoever. So yeah, scary penetration of 45mm of plywood at 50 yards. This was. So let's see how they did.
Yeah.
So it's between the 2-2 and the HMR polymer tip.
I'm going to predict that the HMR polymer tip went further than the 2-2.
I would say so too. Just purely because it's a more powerful bullet.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, the other factor against that is that the polymer tip is designed to make it break up.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but I would still agree with you.
Obviously, use the longest screws in the world.
Well, yeah, they had to be 45mm long, funnily enough.
That makes sense. Ah.
Oh, come on. Not the best carpenter in the world.
No. Ooh, let's see.
Okay, so take away one piece, and there's the 2-2.
Let me just...
Slow it. That's like a dent there. I can't see a bullet. Oh, there's the bullet end there.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So that's the end of the 2-2's path. And the HMR polymer tipped. I was going to say, where's the hollow point gone? But the hollow point's just still a little tiny hole there. little tiny hole, and that's the polymer tipped one.
Yeah.
Let's see how far that's gone through. Yep, so the polymer tip has carried on, and there it is. Its path has stopped at 30 millimetres of plywood, just after it.
Yeah.
So that is the bullet there, the end of its passage.
Right.
And as we saw earlier, that is the hollow point that just kept going on and on and on. Incredible.
It is.
Yeah, really shows the difference between the three bullets basically.
Yeah.